Yes, good evening to you all. I'm by the name of Utamog Abdul, and today we shall talk about those people in the field of mass communication, all call it media, or we can say public relations. Today we shall talk about how their CV should look like and what should be entailed in their CV. So as you are aware of our CV template, this is the kind of CV template that I require you to be having, and these are the headings that you should be having. What should be entailed? 1, the personal information. 2, work experience. 3, education background. 4, certifications and trainings. 5, computer literacy. 6, competencies and skills. 7, personal attributes. 8, hobbies. 9, language proficiency. Then 10, the referees. So basically, our CV should start with the personal information. It's better you put a passport photo, then you put your name in caps lock in uppercase from your name. Below you put the current position. Let me say news anchor, social media analyst, etc. Then below you put the name of that organization or the radio station or the TV. Below that you put the PO box address of that workstation. Then you have to include your contacts, then email, sex, date of birth, and nationality. So that's what should be entailed in your personal information. I didn't mention anything about is it marital status, then religion, then home address, tribe, because sometimes they may bring bias according to who is going to hold your CV. So provide that information when you're asked to do so. If at all you're not asked to do so, only include what I've said: the name, the current position, current workstation with this address, your contacts, sex, date of birth, and nationality. From that, our second heading will be work experience. It's better you come with work experience before you bring in your education background. So the work experience, I'll read out work experience. Some of you don't know some of the career in the media. Maybe I can read out one of the careers. We have a news anchor, announcer, broadcast engineer, communication specialist, camera operator, copywriter, digital editor, direct marketing, editor, event planner, fundraiser, journalist. We have media relations, marketing coordinator, producer, promotions manager, public relations specialist, reporter, social media strategist, sound technician, sportscaster, station manager, videographer, weather forecaster. So there are many positions that many career that have to be in that you can do. Those who have done mass communication, media, and the like. And where your employees can be employed in the business and corporations, healthcare organizations, marketing, all management companies, newspapers, magazines, private production companies, public relations or advertising firms, publishing companies. Then we have radio and TV stations. So those in media, those are your employers. So we can start with because basically the work experience, I'll read out some of the roles and duties of some of the common jobs that we have in Uganda. 1, we have communications officer. These are some of your roles and duties you should include in your CV. 1, collaborate with management to develop and implement an effective communication strategy based on the target audience. Write, edit, distribute content including publications, press releases, website content, annual reports, speeches, and other marketing material. Respond to media inquiries, arrange interviews, act as a spokesperson of the organization. Establish and maintain effective relations with journalists and maintain media database. Seek opportunities to enhance the reputation of the brand and coordinate publicity events as required. maintain records on media coverage and collect analytics and metrics, manage conflict as it rises and escalate to the management. So those are rules and duties of if you're a communications office of any company. So the next job maybe I can talk about is a reporter. You may be a reporter. What are your roles and duties of if you're a reporter? 1, identifying newsworthy events and developments in their region of operation. Conducting research and writing scripts on topics prior to broadcasts. Attending and reporting on events that are of interest to the public. Delivering scripted, spontaneous, live, and pre-recorded reports on newsworthy events. Interviewing eyewitnesses, authorities, and people of interest in news stories. Transcribing and summarizing events for further news purposes. Traveling to events and encouraging the proper maintenance, security, and care of recording equipment. Working collaboratively with the cameraman and other members of the reporting crew. Representing the organization at conferences, press briefings, events, and interviews. And last, ensuring professional appearance, language use, and manner throughout reports. So those are roles and duties if at all you are a reporter. Now we have a news anchor. That's also a position in media. Those are roles and duties. Working with the news director to choose the most appropriate and interesting news to publish. Planning ahead before the time to publish the news. Reciting scripts and delivering news on air. Making sure that the most interesting news makes the headline. You as a news anchor. Participating in discussions on air. Then the last can be interviewing guests. So we can continue. Then we have these positions like broadcast presenter. Yeah, it's more like a reporter. So some of the maybe the roles and duties you're required to be having in your CV. Research topics and background information for items to be featured on the program. Now we have news anchor. We have then the broadcasts of different programs. So if I told your position is broadcaster presenter or a presenter of any program, these are roles and duties. Research topics and background information for items to be featured to the program. Plan and rehearse the shows. Write and sometimes memorize scripts. Liaise with other members of production and technical teams. Introduce and host programs. Interview guests in studio, by telephone or on location. Provide links between programs, you as a presenter. Other roles and duties of presenter, we have keep the program running to schedule, responding positively and quickly to problems or changes, and improvising where necessary, because it can happen when you're on air. Meet the production crew to assess and review the broadcast and explain and to plan the next one. So those are some of the roles and duties. If I told you are in that you are having the position of you're having the position of a broadcaster. So you've talked about broadcaster. Then we have then the public relations officer. Yeah. Then I've talked about the communications office. Now you have public relations officer. What does it do? 1, the roles and duties. Develop PR campaigns and media relations strategies. Collaborate with the internal teams, that is say marketing, and maintain open communication with the management. Edit and update promotional material and publications. That is to say brochures, videos, social media posts. Prepare and distribute press releases. Organize PR events, e.g., open days, press conference, and serve as the company spokesperson. Seek opportunities for partnerships, sponsorships, and advertising, you as a public relations officer. Address inquiries from media and other parties. Track media coverage and follow industrial trends. Prepare and submit PR reports. Then the last is manage PR issues. So now those are some of the positions. Maybe I can go to some of the technical positions that may happen. Those who are into creative, because might be in media, but the creative director or creative officer, something like that. Roles and duties of a creative person in the media creative, maybe editor or director, something like that. Creative director, rules and duties are like this: work with the production team to produce promotion campaigns, marketing, communications, and corporate videos. You as a creative writer or creative director. Keep up to date with the latest marketing techniques. Assist clients in resolving issues by responding to questions in a timely and professional manner. Join brainstorming meetings and creative sessions. Ensure productions are delivered to specifications and on time or budget. Then last, develop exceptional and well-crafted copy that meets the requirements. So you as a creative person in media, those are some roles and duties. Then we have a production director, or we can call it maybe a producer. What are roles and duties in media? 1. Collaborate with colleagues, sharing knowledge and expertise when required. Develop high quality proposals to then turn into creative and relevant treatments and then impactful scripts. Direct live action shoots, conduct interviews, lead production of filming and overseeing aspects of post-production. Ensure all completed work is delivered on budget and schedule to the highest creative and technical standards. Develop and maintain new and existing client relations. Then take responsibility for budgeting and cost control across projects. So you as a production director. So we have those of motion graphic designer, because you're needed in media. These are your roles and duties. 1, production of high-end animation projects from conception through to the final delivery. 2, research and development of latest tools and techniques in motion graphics. 3, develop concepts, style frames, and creative solution for both internal and external briefs. Then the last, work closely with the film team to direct shoots in out studios when motion graphics is required. So those are some of the roles of the graphics person. Maybe you have a programming producer. Some of the roles and duties of a programming producer. We have working closely with the programming team to project, manage key content, liaising the TV executives and managing inquiries and responses as appropriate, collaborating and presenting information and management communication for programming team and executives, providing information in a clear and perceiving manner. So from the roles, and if at all you have written your experience, the next thing is the experience should have career growth. You put the position, then you put the employer name, then you put the address of the employer, then below you put the roles and duties, then you put the roles and duties that I've mentioned below. Now we have from that you go to education background. It's better you put it in tabular form. You put the time frame, then the award, degree of mass communication, then you put the institution, then below the address. Then below you go to the Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education, you do the same, and also Uganda Certificate of Education. Then from that, you go to computer literacy. You write familiar with this Microsoft, then you mention what you're familiar with. Then write familiar with internet usage, put that. If there's any software you know, computer software you know, that is relevant to media, you can put it. Familiar with this. Is it digital advertising software? e.g., you mention the software. Now from computer literacy, you go to competencies and skills. Now some of the competencies and skills in media, one, we have knowledge and research. That's one competence, because you should have the ability to undertake research and build knowledge on the client's product. So one, knowledge and research. Two, relationship building skills. They are crucial because it's crucial you as a media person. Then you have multitasking in a work environment. Remember, media you can beat, you have maybe requires to go to the field and the like. So you should be having that multitasking skills and coordination skills. Then attention to detail, that's you should be having. Adapts to change, that you should be having. Strategic thinking, this is common for those of the PR, because you have to, you are the face of the company. Then social media savvy. Yeah, remember you are working, even if you're in media, you should work with the social media people. Then you should have a skills of presentation skills. Yeah. Then so those are some of the skills you should be having. We have talked about relationship building. You should have excellent spoken and written communication skills. Excellent research, analytical and communication skills. You are in the media personality, this person, media person. Excellent organization skills and time management. Should be creative and innovative. Yes. You should be proficient in content management systems and social media platforms. So basically, those are some of the competencies and skills I can mention, those in media. Then from competencies and skills, others you can add on financial management and accountability, because sometimes you're given resources, mounting an evaluation. Yeah. So now from that you go to the next, which is personal attributes. So these personal attributes are common to all of you in the media. One, we have creativity, open-mindedness and willing to learn, effective interpersonal relations with working groups and flexible team player, a result-oriented person that can work under minimum supervision, open-minded to work in a complex environment and projects where time is a key, administrative support and supervision, mentoring and coaching, excellent oral and written skills, ability to identify, respond and resolve clients' needs, and excellent analytical critical thinking and strategic skills, as I mentioned above. So from personal attributes, you go to hobbies. Hobbies, you should put hobbies that are really interesting, like traveling for adventure, reading newspapers, listening to news, watching documentaries. Remember, you're in media, so the hobbies you should put should be related in media so that they can give a plus. From hobbies, you go to language proficiency. It's better you draw a table with columns whereby the first headings are language, then you put reading, writing, listening, speaking. Then the first column below, you put the languages under the heading of language. You put English, Yoruba, and everything. Then you go on scoring them. Excellent, good, fair. If at all you point in language, don't include it. The best should be fair. The least you should put is fair. So if at all you point in language, don't put it. So then the last, you go to referees. Referees, basically you need 3 referees. You put the name, the position, the contact, email if possible, the employer, and then you put the address. Your referees should, the places of work of the referees should appear in your experience. Referee is the supervisor who has supervised you. If you're in media, put someone who's like, maybe the producer is my if I told you a news reporter, you can say maybe the producer is my referee. You get the point? Don't be a reporter or news anchor, then your referee is an accountant. No. An accountant is not going to give the media a talk about you in case they are called. So you put 3 referees. Maybe senior news reporter when you're a reporter, head of news department in case you're a reporter, something like that. So from that, that's how your CV should be entailed if you're in media. Now, for the cover letter, this is what should be entailed. Your cover letter is always 1 page. To your right, you put your address, which this is how you should write your address. You put your name in bold. Below that, put the name of that organization. Below, the PO box address. Below, you put your contact. Then below you put your email address. Skip a line, then you put the date. Then you go to the left-hand side. You write to the human resource officer. Then below, write the name of the company writing to. Skip a line. Dear sir or madam. Skip a line. RE, application for the position of, let me say, news anchor, head of marketing, head of news department, producer, etc. You get the point, But this RE should be in uppercase and bold. Skip a line. Then this is how you write your body. It is with great enthusiasm that I apply for the position of news anchor. Full stop. Then you continue the paragraph. I hold a bachelor's degree of mass communication from this university, hence attaining knowledge and competencies in. Now from there, you're going to write this stuff. Now look at your transcript of bachelor's or diploma in mass communication or anything, or public relations and the like. You look for the 5 to 7 courses you did in your degree that are relevant to that job you're applying to. So you can say attaining knowledge and competencies in media strategies, news and radio and TV analysis. Write 5, full stop. Then skip a line. Then you go to the second paragraph. My experience as a news reporter, news anchor, script writer, at these organizations, you mention the organization respectively, has given me the opportunity to develop, take on expertise in. Now, you go back to your CV and write some of the competencies that are there. Maybe you can say competencies in remember we wrote some of the competencies. Some competencies and skills you can put, maybe has given me technical expertise in presentation, in social media survey, in strategic thinking, in multitasking, relationship building, in news anchoring. You get the point, Full stop. Now you continue this paragraph with this statement. Therefore, with this education background and work experience coupled with my sense of organization and detail-oriented approach to work makes me a ideal candidate. Full stop. Now that's the second paragraph. Skip a line. I would value the opportunity to join your team of professions where I would develop my skills further. Full stop. For more information, refer to my CV. Then skip a line. Thank you for reviewing my cover letter, and I will hopefully wait for your response. Skip a line. You write yours sincerely, then skip around 2 lines where you put your signature. Then you write your name. Then below you write your current position, maybe news anchor. Then below you write the name of the company. Full stop. So that is how your cover letter should look like. So those in media, I hope you have learned how to write your cover letter, how to write your CV, the kind of jobs you expect in your field, the competencies, the skills, and the like. So I wish you luck in your seeking for the jobs. Thank you. Have a good night.